Okay, question 12. 8/15 plus a negative 1/15. When I add and subtract, who can raise their hand and tell me, when I'm adding and subtracting, what do I have to have? When I add and subtract fractions, what do I have to have? Oh, come on, somebody else there that knows this. Adding and subtracting, I have to have. I need someone to raise their hand, though. I don't want you just blurting things out. Harry, if I'm adding and subtracting fractions, what do I have to start with?
You have to have negative signs.
No. I got people that aren't listening right now. And that's on the internet. Look it up. Zach.
You have to have the same denominator.
I have to have a common denominator. Both 15s here. Opposite signs. Subtract. 8 minus 1 is 7. 15 and 15 are 15. Now, who in here can raise their hand? Because it's what we've been doing for a month. We've been working with integers. One positive, one negative. This is subtract absolute values. Blake, what sign do I need to have? Why?
Because 8 has a bigger absolute value.
Absolutely. 8's got a larger absolute value. I'm done. 7/15. Question 13 is way harder. When you do this question, just look at your whole numbers. 1 minus 3. I'm not allowed to subtract more than I have. I change this to adding the opposite, which is a negative. As soon as I get to this, I have to go subtract absolute values. So I'm going to write 3 and 1/7 minus 1 and 5/7. Okay. Last year, they made you convert these to improper fractions. 22 sevenths. Then you did 12 sevenths. You subtracted it out. You got 9 sevenths or something like that. It was a large number. You always did an improper fraction. I'm trying to do it the little more high school way in terms of, I can't do 1 minus 5. Borrow from the 3, make it 2, and draw an arrow here. 1/7 and 7/7. What does 1/7 and 7/7 become? I brought over a 7/7, which is 1. Blake, what's a 1/7 and 7/7? Perfect. Now, what you get once you have this, 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 and 3/7, but don't forget you have, keep the sign of the larger absolute value, negative 1 and 3/7. Flip it over. We're going to tackle 14 and 15. Now, we'll try this again. What do I have to have if I'm adding and subtracting?
Common denominator.
Perfect. You guys are pros at common denominators. 18 times by 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 5 times 3 is 15. Now, negative 15/18, negative 5/18 becomes negative 20/18. Okay. The coolest thing I always used to do on these, don't convert this over yet. Divide it by 2. People are awesome at dividing by 2. Make this negative 10/9. Now, when I convert it from an improper fraction to a mixed number, it's already reduced. What times 9 going to 10? Once, and how many left over? Just 1. Negative 1 and 1/9. Woo, you guys are making me work hard. Negative 4 and 1/3 minus a negative 2 1/2. This is an awesome review of the integers we just did in the last chapter. I can't subtract negatives. If I was allowed to subtract negatives, I'd never pay a bill. Change this to adding the opposite. So if you didn't have this, write your notes in. You're allowed to use your chapter review tomorrow. Common denominator for 3 and 2 is 6. Lots of people are going to pick 12. Don't go that high. Just use 6. Negative 4 and 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. They kind of gave us a cool one here. Negative 4, negative 2, negative 6. 2 plus 3, 5, 6. Negative 6 and 5, 6. Make sure, put whatever notes you can possibly put on to study up for tonight. You're allowed to use it on your test tomorrow.